Now on Denver 7 News, King Charles III officially ascends to the throne as the newest monarch of the United Kingdom. His pledge to the British people and tribute to his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, plus the funeral plans for Her Highness in just over a week. And back across the pond, closer to home, Colorado is ramping up a campaign to get more residents COVID booster shots. The details of the state's vaccination push and why doctors are asking you to consider getting a dose. Your Denver Broncos will face off against quarterback Russell Wilson's former team this Monday night in Seattle. His perspective on playing the Seahawks for the first game of the season. Good morning and welcome to Denver 7 News. I'm Micah Smith.
And I'm Katie LaSalle. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning. We'll start with some top stories we're following for you happening across the Denver Metro this weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow marks the 21st anniversary of 9/11. There will be 4 memorial stair climbs in Colorado: Red Rocks, downtown Denver, Estes Park, and Black Hawk at the Ameristar Casino to honor all those who lost their lives on that tragic day.
Today is a special fun and free day for kids at the first Art Rhino Festival. There will be tie-dye, yoga, face painting, and lots of cool local vendors there. You can get the full schedule on their website, artrhino.org. The Art Rhino Festival will run through tomorrow.
Well, Katie, today is Bow Wow Beach Day at Water World. It's $10 for you to take your dog and free for humans, although you won't be able to get to play in the water. Tickets for Water World are only available online. Doggy Paddle Day at the Brighton Oasis runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. Now that one is $7 per dog. Dog Days at the Bay and Broomfield is also today, but it's sold out.
Well, we were talking about cooling off in the pool all this last week, but today the weather is really cooling off here across the metro area. Cloudy skies. We woke up to some damp conditions, still some drizzle out there in spots, and it's only 46 degrees. Out at DIA, winds are sustained from the east at 7 miles per hour. It's a tale of two sides of the state for this Saturday. Further off to the west, it's going to be sunshine, dry conditions, more seasonal into our northern and central mountains. And this morning we are waking up to some showers over the eastern plains and just east of the metro. Temperatures outside, we're waking up to 40s, Greeley and Fort Collins, low 50s now into Colorado Springs, but it is already warmer in some of our mountain towns there near Aspen and Gunnison in the low to mid 50s, and we'll see 70s and 80s off to our west with temperatures on the plains only in the low 50s. So if you're out and about today, definitely want to bring the rain gear along. Nice rain jacket will be handy with the continued chance for showers off and on. Highs today well below our seasonal normals. Typically we're in the low 80s here for the Denver area. We will get back there starting tomorrow. Your full forecast still to come.
All right, thank you, Katie. Today, King Charles III has officially been announced as the new monarch of Britain. King Charles vowed in his first speech yesterday to carry on Queen Elizabeth II's lifelong service in his own way as Britain enters an uncertain new age under a new sovereign. ABC's Inez de la Huerta has more.
This morning, Britain's new king making a new declaration about the Queen's death.
I know how deeply you, the entire nation, and I think I may say the whole world, sympathize with me in the irreparable loss we've all suffered.
This just moments after the Accession Council, which includes the Archbishop of Canterbury, the Prime Minister, Queen Camilla, and Prince William, signed the official proclamation as Britain bids goodbye to its longest-serving monarch, and as the tributes continue to grow, a grieving nation is also ushering in a new era. In his first address to the nation as king, Charles III paying tribute to his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, thanking her for her 70 years of service and for her devotion to her family.
To my darling Mama, as you begin your last great journey to join my dear late Papa, I want simply to say this: thank you.
Charles was with his mother in her final hours in Scotland, Britain's longest-serving heir, arriving on Friday to cheers and applause outside of Buckingham Palace.
Majesty.
A new monarch meeting the new Prime Minister, the two seen together in this rare video for the first time since the Queen's death.
It's the moment I've been dreading, as I know a lot of people have, but try and keep everything going.
The king also naming Prince William and Duchess Kate the new Prince and Princess of Wales, a title which hasn't been used since Princess Diana. And after years of tension with his youngest son, these warm words from the new head of state.
I want also to express my love for Harry and Meghan as they continue to build their lives overseas.
From Buckingham Palace to Balmoral and all around the world, millions mourning the Queen while looking ahead to the future. And on this proclamation day, the King also being proclaimed from the balcony at St. James Palace. As for the Queen's funeral, that will take place in 9 days at Westminster Abbey, the first time that's happened since 1760. Inez de la Quatera, ABC News, London.
Colorado state leaders are organizing a renewed push right now to get more people across the state vaccinated against COVID-19 as the Omicron variant spreads and pandemic fatigue sets in.
Our Denver 7's Christian Lopez is live for us in Commerce City, where the mass vaccination clinic will be, to answer any questions you may have about this shot. Christian.
Good morning, guys. Health officials are encouraging people to get protected ahead of fall and winter. So this new booster shot will be available at several vaccine sites across the area, including here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. This site will open on Thursday here in Commerce City. Now, as more doses become available, you might be asking yourself if you need to get another vaccine or what the difference is. So as the virus evolves, so is the vaccine's formula, and this dose is meant to protect people against the COVID-19 variants that are circulating right now. Anyone over the age of 12 who has been fully vaccinated against COVID can get the Omicron dose, including people who have gotten any number of booster shots so far. We talked to 2 different infectious disease doctors from Colorado, and they told us that these updated booster shots use the original vaccine formula with added proteins to protect you against the Omicron variants.
Not like starting fresh with a new vaccine. Bivalent vaccines have already been tested, and we have clinical safety data for previous strains of COVID.
By a collective effort, we'll make sure that we don't have to do every 6 months on this. And that's where we'll move into. So if your big concern is I'm tired of getting shots, well, maybe do one more, and let's see if the path to getting less shots, ironically, for the time being, is to get one more.
And if you haven't been vaccinated at all yet, don't start with this booster shot. Get the 2 regular doses first. We are live in Commerce City this morning. I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Great tips there, Christian. Thank you. As the Broncos count down to game time Monday night, we now know who will be leading the team out of the tunnel.
The players selected their 5 captains this week. 2 on offense, Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton. 2 on defense, Justin Simmons and Bradley Chubb. And 1 from special teams, our kicker, Brandon McManus, who is the last remaining player from the Broncos Super Bowl 50 roster.
As Russell Wilson prepares to go back to the place he called home for the last 10 years and where he won a Super Bowl over Peyton Manning and the Broncos, there are high expectations for what he can do for the Broncos.
So they've already signed him to a huge contract extension, and despite the emotional return for him to Seattle, head coach Nathaniel Hackett says he isn't worried about his quarterback.
This is obviously a big game because it's the first game. It's a big game because it's Monday night. It's a big game because he's going to be there. Those are just the facts. But I think that, I think he always says that pressure is a privilege. And I think that that's something great that he lives off of. And, I agree with that. And, we're just excited to go play a football game. All these guys have been chomping at the bit, and that's what you want. And so I'm excited to see him out there.
As are the fans, and you can watch the Broncos take on the Seahawks right here on Denver 7. The pregame coverage will start at 5. Kickoff is at 6:15. Then stick around for our postgame show on Monday night.
Well, it is time to start gathering your old electronics and getting them ready for the Denver 7 Electronics Recycling Drive. This is the second year we've done this drive in partnership with Techno Rescue. Last year, 2,000 cars came through the line and dropped off more than 167,000 pounds of electronics. We're out at Dick's Sporting Goods Park this morning for this year's collection. There is a cost. It's $5 a carload for all you can bring, but there are additional charges for larger monitors, TVs, and printers. You can get all the details on our website, denver7.com.
Well, one of country music's biggest stars is clapping back against a prominent Fox News host. The feud between Maren Morris and Tucker Carlson next.